So here's a framework to go about all of this. We take a business-driven approach first, start with the stakeholders, identify the users, look at their objectives, and find out what initiatives can be met uh, for those objectives, and then find out what questions have to be answered and what data is needed for that. So far we're going with a business driven approach without looking at the data. You should do a reverse flow by starting with the data and finding out independently, if you have spreadsheets of data or certain columns of data, what questions can you answer with that, what initiatives does it address, what objectives will that meet, and which users does it serve. So now both of these may not strictly align. You will have a lot of business objectives where you don't have data. Make a note of it. Those are your future data engineering projects. And on the other side, you'll have a lot of interesting stuff coming from the data, but it may not meet the most important objectives, or it will not be relevant for this audience. Either deprioritize or drop that. So once you map both of these and come up with an alignment, you have your list of relevant data science initiatives. So that's what we will use for the next stage, and we'll talk about prioritizing and building a roadmap. So here in our example with a media broadcaster, we went through this process. The users identified by the ground level sales force. The executives came together and said, the ground level team are our most important users. We need to enable them. The secondary set are the sales managers who work and who manage their performance. The biggest priorities for these people are to acquire and retain clients, understandably, and they need to be able to cross-sell, and they should utilize the ad inventories. So for those not familiar with broadcasters, you have these TV shows and you have the fixed ad slots. So if you don't use it, it is perishable. And if you waste ad inventory, that is wasted revenue opportunity. So that is a priority. The pain areas for these people, through interviews and a lot of discussions over weeks, it was found out that the loss of market share, they were losing clients and there were competitors snagging their clients. And the client monetization, existing clients, the average revenue per client had to be improved. And the ad inventory some of it was getting wasted in certain slots in certain shows. They had to find people who can buy those slots and advertise in those shows.